tonight, thanks to the Taxman. We're learning more about just how vulnerable the IRS is to cyber attack. Chief Congressional Correspondent Mike Emanuel is looking at information tonight on Capitol Hill. Good evening, Mike.
Well, Brett, good evening to you. Right off the bat, the IRS commissioner told lawmakers about the staggering number of criminals trying to steal our personal information.
We work continuously to protect our main computer systems from cyber attacks and to safeguard taxpayer information stored in our databases. These systems withstand more than 1 million malicious attempts to access them each day.
The timing of the hearing comes as millions of Americans are finishing up their returns ahead of Monday's April 18th deadline. The GAO says unless the IRS takes additional steps, financial and taxpayer data will remain unnecessarily at risk to inappropriate and undetected use. The IRS was hit by a major breach in May 2015 when hackers stole the private information of at least 720,000 people, with another 575,000 they attempted to access, according to the Senate Finance Committee. Today, there was a bipartisan call for the IRS to do better.
Unfortunately, there seems to be a systemic failure at the IRS in protecting taxpayer information, despite repeated warnings that the IRS needed to strengthen and modernize the protection of taxpayer information.
In my view, taxpayers have been failed by the agencies, the companies, and the policymakers here in the Congress that they are counting on to protect them. It was unacceptable for the IRS to leave the front door open to hackers by using a weak authentication process.
At one point, Indiana Republican Senator Dan Coates asked if it's smarter to file online or to do it the old-fashioned way.
You're actually safer electronically because we can mark accounts. The only difference is when you file in paper, it just takes longer to process, takes longer to get a refund. We get fraudulent paper returns, so it's not as if the criminals don't file paper as well.
Experts say cyber attacks against the federal government continue to grow, and the IRS is a prime target with all the personal taxpayer data it stores. Brett?
Mike Emanuel live on the Hill. Mike, thanks. President Obama is renewing